I came across an interesting Reddit post from what seemed like a frustrated business owner in regards to, beware, don't put your money into Angie's List. And I thought it was an interesting comment because it's something that I think as small business owners, we really tend to struggle with, right? There's always the need to make sure that we're growing our revenue, being able to attract new clients and close new business. But what do we do when, we have to go to an Angi or you have to go to a Thumbtack or a Yelp? And as somebody that's been working with small business owners since 2016, so literally over 10 years at this point, I thought it'd be interesting to kind of share my insight into what I think ultimately people fall into that trap for, and what are some of the things that you could be controlling yourself so that way you can compete against an Angi and just get that phone call directly for your business. So with that being said, I thought I'd share my computer screen and just kind of walk you through that particular scenario. So to get started, I thought I would just go ahead and read off the actual post itself. So this is coming from somebody that was posted 21 hours ago, so Wednesday, August 17th, 2026. I started our company page with them on May 27th, 2026, they being Angi. By August 3rd, 2026, I had 31 leads. Of those 31 leads, only 2 jobs came out of it, between $150 to $200 each. The leads they would always sell would always go to voicemail. I kid you not. I don't even think they were legit leads, probably just fake numbers they generated. Each lead cost between $56 to $64, so I'm out around $2,000. When I called to see, hey, maybe they would try to credit some or work something out, they stated a lead is not a guaranteed job, therefore we do not provide credit under these circumstances. Closed our business account with them on the spot. If anyone wants more info, feel free to reach out. And then I think most of the people were going through and saying like, hey, sorry to hear about your experience. We found the same to be true with HomeAdvisor and of course Yelp. There's a person graciously chosen saying, yes, they're all the same. Paying for potential leads are insane. And mind you, they are sending these leads to every business around the client. The amount of money they make doing this is quite commendable, but I'm sure they had a high cancellation rate as well. And I think this is the frustration that every business owner has when it comes to paying for third-party leads. So I went to Angi and I looked at like the lawn and garden section and I said, well, what if I was a fence contractor? Like, what ultimately is the reason why I'm reaching out with them? Why am I in this situation? What can I be doing to be better? So I wanted to break it down on 2 certain terms. Fence contractor in Towson, Maryland, and I'm choosing Towson because that's where MarketKeep is based, right? That's where I built my business. And then also fence installation in Towson, Maryland, and understanding what do you have to do as a small business owner to get to the first page of search results. So let's go ahead and break down fence contractor in Towson. If we look at that page, what I'm highlighting right here is called Google Guaranteed. Google Guaranteed is the paid version of ads, and it basically kind of helps you to get in front of your customer. Then there is the sponsored search results, again, another form of Google ads. This is just traditional Google pay-per-click ads. And then you have the first 3 slots of a Google search result. Those are controlled by elements of what we call local SEO, which is primarily your Google business profile. And again, you can pay for that. That's what Superior Fence and Rail of Baltimore is able to do right there. And then you have the first 8 slots of a Google search result, and those are controlled by elements of what we call on-page SEO and off-page SEO. And I think one of the things that's really interesting to me is like when you look at this search, you don't see Angi. So technically, if I was a fence contractor in Towson, Maryland, I'm really paying to be found on Angi, but Angi isn't even being found on this website. So what do you have to do in order to get to the first page of search results? And the same thing can be said for fence installation Towson. It's virtually the same type of search result page. And I think the structure to that is focusing on keywords, right? In the keyword click distribution. So if you look at the term fence contractor and you zoom out a bit and you look at that from, I think, the national level or the United States level, let's look at the click distribution provided by Ahrefs. And on a monthly basis, the average search volume for fence contractor is 15,000 searches per month. The click distribution, meaning like how people engage with that first page of search, is broken down this way. You have 38% of people that only click on organic search. You have 4% of people that click on both paid and organic search results. And then there's about 5% of people that only click on paid ads, which is like an Angi lead. And then there's 0% of people, 53% of people people just don't click on a lead at all. So like, why did they search in the first place, right? But I think ultimately what stands out to me is the opportunity to really grow your business is going to be with organic search, right? So like, what does that mean? How do you get there organically? Well, everybody knows the more reviews you have, the easier it is to build your business. But in order to get reviews, you have to have more work. So maybe you have to go to an Angi to get more work. Well, that's not always the case. You can actually just focus on the SEO keywords you're implementing within your website. So that takes us to look at Long Fence. If you look at Long Fence, one of the things that I think they did a great job was they just implemented the keywords correctly, right? So Long Fence has the SEO keyword fence company in Towson, Maryland listed in their meta title. Then you scroll down a little bit to the meta description and you can see they have the same thing, fence company in Towson, Maryland listed in their meta description. Then let's click through the page itself and let's see how many times they reference fence company in Towson, right? Or just here we go, ready? So we'll go look for Towson. So you have in the H1 title tag, which is the most important piece of text on the website, and you should only have one H1 title tag, they have the term Towson Fence Company listed there. So let's check that off. Then we go to the H2 title tag, which is the second most important piece of information on the website page. They have Fence Company in Towson listed there as well. Then you go down here to Fence Company in Towson, that's listed in the first paragraph. Then you kind of scroll down a little bit further. Look at how often they're utilizing the term fence company in Towson. It's strategic, right? If you're able to take an SEO keyword and implement it correctly into your website page, you're able to go ahead and kind of give yourself the best opportunity to get that lead correctly. Not only that, if you scroll a little bit further, you'll start to realize that keywords are all around your website page, and you really should have one dedicated keyword per page. So if you look at like your residential services, you have all of these different drop-down pages. That's all by design, right? Because you want to be able to rank for fence installation. Maybe you want to be able to rank for fence repair. Maybe you do decks, rails, gates, right? All of those pages should have their own individual ones. You can also do it for commercial or government work in the case of longfence.com. Furthermore, all the areas you serve should have dedicated pages too. So if I scroll a little bit further and I go down and I go here and I start looking through the site colon indexing, you could start to see that Long Fence has a ton of different pages devoted towards their website, right? All the areas that they serve have different SEO pages built out for them. And that's what's able to help them be able to rank. Look at this, I'm on page 11 of search results just for Long Fence, and it's still going. I'm even gonna go to page 15, and you can start to see like they have local landing pages for Fence Company in McLean, Virginia. They have things for Fence Company in Reston, in Parkville, in Manassas, in Alexandria, and all of these different opportunities for the website. And I think that is the biggest thing that I take away as a small business owner. Like if I was frustrated with Angi, chances are I'm also frustrated with myself because I know I should be able to get this lead by myself. So what do I got to do to be able to do that? I think it's keyword selection. So if you're a business owner that's looking to grow your business and you're tired of working with Angi, HomeAdvisor, or Yelp, and you're trying to generate traffic more consistently for your own website, here at MarketKeep we do offer a free SEO evaluation request where we'll walk you through your website, tell you exactly what you got to do in order to get to the first page of search, to the top of Google Maps, and appear in AI search results so you can start connecting with your customers. And ultimately growing your business. Just go ahead and fill out the free SEO evaluation request button on the blog post below, and we'll get a video back to you just like this within 24 hours walking you through your site. But hopefully this video helps, and if you have any further questions regarding search engine optimization, be sure to reach out. But thanks again for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with your business. Thanks a lot and take care.